And we're recording. So, welcome to Pardon My Jerk, everybody. This is Kyle. I'm back here with Roby. Tonight we have a special guest. Our boy Duncan Leffridge is in the house to join us for today's discussion. Today's discussion is going to be our top 5 coulda, shoulda, woulda events in CrossFit Games history. So, Roby, you want to explain what we mean by that? It's a little bit of a weird topic.
Yeah, so the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. The events that were, otherwise would be perfect events had there not been one or two little things that didn't make them perfect events at the games. So what we did is we compiled a list of events that we feel could be tweaked, and we made those tweaks. So that's what we wanted to do. So we wanted to bring you guys our tweaks for certain events and then debate about it.
So for example, we'll say the 2009 Games event number 4. We love the event. We just thought that stake pounding into the ground thing was kind of stupid. Let's take out the stake thing and let's put in the banger. You have yourself the perfect workout, basically. Okay?
Yeah.
So before we get started, guys, this week's jerk work. So unfortunately, Roby had to sit this one out tonight. It's just me on this one. This jerk workout this week is 4-time, 27, 21, 15, 9 chest-to-bar pull-ups and bar-facing burpees. Here's the fun part. It is a 10-minute cap. At the 10-minute mark, you rest for 2 minutes, and then it's 27, 21, 15, 9 power cleans and push jerks with another 10-minute cap. Doug, weigh in on that. What do you think of that one?
That is a lot in 20 minutes. I'd be pretty roasted after that first part. So going into the cleans and push jerks, I'd be struggling.
Yeah,
I'm getting capped on both.
For sure.
So I did it, right? So I did that one today. Sold my soul for chest to bars and bar facing burpees. For some reason, my ability to do burpees just went with the Trump administration. I can't do them anymore. So sold my soul to get 72 burpees done in 10 minutes. That 2-minute rest might as well have been 2 seconds. And that bar, so 135 was an aggressive number, came out way too hot. Singles the entire way on power cleans. And then 9s and 7s on the jerks, and didn't finish the round of 15.
Dude, I don't think 95 might have been aggressive for a weight.
I think 95, 65 is probably a more appropriate weight for this one. So anyway, guys, go ahead, tag us in that one. Hashtag jerkwork at Pardon My Jerk podcast. We'll repost it. Let us know that you're out there listening, trying out these fun workouts. This one is a gross one. Probably the worst one we've ever posted. So anyway, we ready to get started on this one, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, Roby, lead it off.
All right. I believe this was on your list last week for the worst.
Okay.
It's the 2012 chipper, the 10-10-10s.
You have my attention.
So I tweaked it a lot, actually. But how I wanted to do it is I wanted to keep the same movements from that work. But I changed the rep scheme up to I think it was 2017 chipper. So I have 100 box jump overs, 80 toes to bar, 60 fat bar thrusters, 40 power cleans, and 20 burpee muscle ups.
Dude, it pains me to say this, but I dig that.
That's what I'm saying. That would have made that workout so much better because the 10s was stupid. It was dude. As soon as it got exciting, you were like, oh, they're done.
What's up, Don?
Yeah, 10 is a low number, but you lost me on those 60 fat bar thrusters, man. Good Lord.
And 40 power cleans.
I didn't know where to put the power cleans. I didn't want to do 80 power cleans.
Right. You throw 20 burpee muscle ups?
Yeah, well, they did 10.
Yeah.
What's 10 more?
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig that.
So that one's my number 5.
Yeah, I wish you would. I wish you would have came out more hot because I'm ready. I'm ready to go tonight. I want to go rounds. All right. So for my number 5, all right, mine's real simple for number 5. I got the 2011 rope clean workout. So this one was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rope climbs and clean and jerks. And the weight starts at 145, then 165, 185, 205, 225. That's men's. For women's, 115, 125, 35, 45, 155, right? Couldn't be simpler. This one, again, not coming out super controversial here. I think most of the athletes were saying this and behind the scenes, like, just go heavier. Like, that's all. Like, if you just make that heavier, that's an awesome workout and a better alternative for a final event than the 2014 thick and quick and double grace.
The fact that they're saying it back in 2012 or whenever it was it means it should be even heavier than what they thought now or then.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Monumentally heavier.
At least end at I would say at least end at 250.
What was the final weight for the original workout?
225 for men and 155 for women. But
how many reps?
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, man, you can get up into the 300s, I think.
I would say I would start the 5s.
I was going to say, I would at least 315.
All right, yeah, I'm looking at it from the perspective of in 2011. I'm saying 2011, at least, because there are people struggling with like Andy Sakamoto barely hit 155.
Okay.
So, yeah, now you end at well into the 300s.
Yeah.
Because they end at like 335 now.
Yeah.
If not more.
Easily,
You could damn near start at 300.
Well, yeah.
All right, Dunk, what was your number 5?
All right, my number 5 was the 2019 sprint couplet with the 172-foot sled push, 18 muscle-ups, 172-foot sled push. I didn't really like the muscle-ups. I thought no, they were just kind of there. Like, they weren't hard for anybody. Everybody can do 15 and 18 muscle-ups. I mean, you're pushing a sled 30 yards, so it's not like you're doing anything crazy. So instead of the muscle-ups, I would have wanted either front squats or thrusters just to really blow the legs up.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, it's a 5-minute workout. Like, just go for it.
Are you mad at someone at like HQ or something?
Nah, man, it's just they do sled pushes every year. Why not make them like extra spicy?
I Dunk's point though, because there were people. I think even there were commentators saying the 18, 15 muscle ups is like, okay, cool.
It's a breather.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take it. That was the second cut. So, like, I mean, if you really want to just get into the weeds and it's like, oh, we were getting rid of, like, the last 60 people or however many it was. But still, it's like all the elite level athletes can do that unbroken, no problem.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like why? Like, make that second sled push, like, a true just
how heavy
immense
was
amounts of pain.
How heavy was what, Rob? You broke up.
How heavy was the sled? Do you guys remember?
It was bare.
I don't think there was anything on the sled.
25 for men, bare for women, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't think there was much on it. It was just
you
run.
Think, just playing devil's advocate, you think keep the muscle ups, make the sled heavy as shit. You think that?
What's the sled doing to your muscle ups?
Plus, that sled was like deceptively terrible.
Yeah,
like guys were dying on that sled.
When you get to those muscle ups, you're breathing.
Yeah, but you're not breathing after the first sled. Like I said, it's only 30 yards. Maybe make the sled push longer. I disagree, Dunk, but the only thing that makes me agree with you is because that sled is so light, like, yeah, just keep it as like the sled just being nothing and just destroy their legs. So yeah. I do agree with that, but it was like that was more of like a lungs burning workout than like a legs burning workout almost. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely change it, but like, I mean, you can still make it both. Like, just make it, I don't know, 30 thrusters at like 95 pounds and just like go for it.
I'll tell you why I disagree with you though, because like the announcers even were saying, they're like, look, if you don't go unbroken on the bar muscle ups, you lose.
Yeah,
so
but like everybody could go unbroken.
I kind of like how they told him that, like you have to hold on and go all out on these bar muscle ups. You can't phone it in. If you do, you lose. So that's why I like the workout.
But if you do like 25 thrusters at 135.95, you could make the same argument. You can't put that bar down now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And then you're just dying on that last. That's the last sled push is just going to be carnage.
Yeah.
Hey, here's how we fix that workout. How about Dave Castro doesn't put trick turf in the middle of the field?
That could also help.
Just to make sure Matt Fraser doesn't win the event.
that would also help.
Here's Fury podcast. All right. Hold on.
Yeah. It sucks. Dude, it sucks that I like Dave Castro so much because we're going to be 8 episodes into this podcast and he would never, ever speak a word to me.
For sure.
He'll be our first guest that we ever had.
Oh, it's like, if I hope so, because I'm like, I love that dude. I'm a huge fan of him, but like, I feel like if he hears like 2 episodes of our podcast, he's going to be like, fuck these guys, man. Like, I want to clear the air.
They have no clue what they're talking about.
Well, that's true.
No, we're just here for a good time.
Yeah. All right, Roby, what's your 4, baby?
I, too, have a somewhat muscle-uppy change I want to make to a workout. So the 2017 muscle-up clean ladder, where it was 8 rounds, 4 muscle-ups, then an ascending clean ladder.
I knew this was going to make an appearance.
Nix the muscle-ups because they're stupid. I said go 20 toes to bar each round. I originally had 25, but I said 20 before each set of cleans.
I dig it.
I had that on my list too.
Blow their grip up, blow their core up. That make those – because you had guys power cleaning well into the late rounds.
Right.
It's like, dude, you need to do something to the midline to make these cleans harder.
Right. I wouldn't want to trash their legs though, because then it's going to affect the amount of weight they can move. Like, you don't want to trash their legs because then it's automatically going to either A, slow them down dramatically, or B, a guy that can clean 350 is only going to be able to clean 315 or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I say I like the toes to bar idea.
Yeah.
So I had that on my list as well, but instead of getting rid of the muscle ups, I just had them doing 6 to 8 muscle ups on a single bar. Instead of just jumping from bar to bar. Average athletes can do a single muscle up. So, like, why are we making these guys jump down, start over, jump back up? So, like, 8 muscle ups every round. I mean, eventually that's going to wear you down.
Yeah.
That was my change instead of the toes to bar.
You know what? And I think both you guys make a good point. The other thing I would do to that workout, like, if you've watched that workout recently, I think it was actually just too heavy. Like, I get what he was doing, where it's like, we want to showcase the strongest athletes. We want the strongest athletes to do well in this. But the problem is he made it so heavy, everybody had to slow down a lot. You know what I mean?
Except for
it slowed the pace.
Yeah.
I mean, because who won? Roby, did Alex Smith win that one?
No, I don't think.
It was Fraser. Fraser won that one.
It ends, so for the men, it was 225, 45, 265, 285, 305, 335, 350. Women, it was 145, 160, 175, 190, 205, 215, 225, 235.
It was doubles, right?
But it was 2 reps at each.
I don't know. I just remember watching that workout, and it just crawled. Like, it just took forever to watch them get through it.
There was so many rounds.
Yeah, that's true too.
8 rounds.
Yeah, like drop that down to like 5 or 6, and it'd be better.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you start at the 265 and the 175 and just make that a 5-round workout, it goes that much quicker.
Or started at 225 and just spread the weights out more, so they're not taxing themselves as much. So then they get to that heavyweight. And
it's like the bones of an awesome event are there. It's just they just fumbled it.
I think he just wanted to showcase some guys that can clean 350 twice, and like all that looked pretty cool at the end. But then you got all the guys failing, not making it past the finish line.
Well, 2017, unfortunately, it's like a year where it was like great on paper, but just didn't work out because that Games makes several appearances throughout this podcast tonight.
When I was doing my list, I was like, all right, I can't just beat up on one year. I got
Dude, 2019 was my year that came under.
Well, that's fine. If there's a year to be beat up on, that is the year to beat up on. All right, let me go. So I got 2012 double banger is my number 4, which Roby, I'm sure, knew I was going to say. So 2012 double banger, 50 double unders, hit the low banger, 50 double unders, hit the down banger, 50 double unders, hit the mid banger. For anybody unindoctrinated, and I don't know why you're listening to this podcast if you're not, the banger was basically the way of systemizing sledgehammer strikes. You have to knock a piece of iron across sort of a track of metal for distance with a sledgehammer. So there's sledgehammer strikes, but not hitting like a tire. So this one, I love the banger as an implement. I would love to see that like almost every year at the games. But we talked about this on the last podcast. Dunk, back me up on this. Double unders have no business in the CrossFit Games. Tell me how right I am.
I agree. Double unders are easy for average people. They're not going to affect the elite athletes.
Especially not 50 of them.
Yeah, I mean.
Hold on. You RX athletes speak for yourselves with how easy double.
All right, I'm sorry.
All right.
You can knock out 50 double unders on a clip. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And what was it, 3 rounds? It was 3 rounds?
3 rounds of 50 double unders.
It should have been 3 rounds of 200 double unders.
Well, this is 2012. We're not that deep into the game's history at this point yet.
Yeah, but double unders, man, like that's not something that took that long to learn.
So then make it 100.
Make it 100. 100 would be
like,
better.
Do it with a heavy rope or something.
Right.
I like the heavy rope idea just because it wears your grip out, and the sledgehammer.
Yeah. I'm just personally the opinion, the heavy rope would have been better. I'm personally the opinion, just keep double unders out of the games. My solution, I embrace solutions, not excuses, right? I say add in a sled push there or heavy D-ball cleans or Atlas stone cleans.
I like the idea of just taxing the grip the entire time. So something that would tax your hands, your forearms. That way that sled or the sledgehammer is that much harder.
Yeah.
So.
But see, I don't want to see that because if someone's like failing on the banger, I don't want to see it because that hammer's falling out of their hands. It's because I want their midsection to be taxed. I want their like upper body destroyed, not their grip personally. So I say like a D-ball clean. So it's heavy hip extension and then heavy hip flexion in a sort of a couplet together like that.
Yeah, I agree with Kyle on that because when you watch these banger events, you can tell which one of these people have never swung a sledgehammer before.
True.
So like taxing their grip would just be borderline dangerous.
That is true. Yeah, it was embarrassing watching some of those swings.
Because like some of these dudes that are like these big macho guys, you're like, oh, this guy's gonna fuck this up, and you watch him sledgehammer, you're like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then George Sanchez does it in 3 strokes.
Well, I mean, it helps, but
yeah, the ski erg would have been a nice thing to pair the banger with, but that wasn't around back then.
Ooh, that'd have been kind of yucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same. I mean, the assault banger, it's the same movement, so it's like you're doing the ski erg and the assault banger. It's the same typical movement, but the way they did it back then from the side, I don't know if it would have affected it as much.
If you did like a 500-meter ski.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
Well.
That'd be ugh.
All right, Don, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the 2018 Battleground, and it's the Rescue Randy drag, 2 rope climbs, obstacle course, 2 rope climbs, Rescue Randy drag. I fucking hated Rescue Randy. Dude, I hated it.
Go in on him, Roby. Go in on him. Let him know.
Dude, that is a perfect example of functional fitness and practice, man. That's something that military guys, law enforcement guys, fire, EMS, whoever are taught how to drag people. You need to be able to do that in fitness, man.
Just like Cole Sager, just grab them by the collar of their weighted vest and drag them across a field.
I just thought it looked so ridiculous. It's just
Dude,
like
I've told my partner numerous times, if we're getting fucking shot at, I don't care how you drag me out of there. Just get me the fuck out of there. Grab me by whatever. Like,
yeah, but they got the firefighter games for a reason. I don't need to watch CrossFit athletes dragging around a dead body.
Like to watch guys try and figure out how to drag this thing.
Yeah, I mean it was funny, but like I don't like for the average person, it's like, oh, let me try this out. Let me watch this for the first time, and they're dragging around a floppy body.
I did feel kind of bad for Randy out there, man.
Dude,
it's odd moving. Like that's a part of.
I get what you're saying, but I thought they were trying to be too cute.
What would you replace?
A heavy sled pull, one that was like heavy to a point like it was during the strongman sphere.
I was going to say dunk the plow pull like they use in 16. That'd be a good substitute too.
Like heavy. So it's like almost to a point where like you got to stop and just kind of gather yourself at the end of that race.
I dig that.
I just think Randy it was too cute. They were trying to go for something, and it didn't hit with me. Hit with you, didn't hit with me.
I thought it was awesome. I wouldn't change that work.
It's just you like the whole Cole Sager thing. I felt like it was just Brent Fikowski flopping around, looking like an idiot the whole time. That's the thing that stuck with me. So,
all right, that's cool. That's cool,
right.
man.
All right, Roby, we're at number 3.
Number 3, I have 2016 separator.
Uh-huh.
I did not like – well, here, let me go through the workout first. So the original workout, 12 ring handstand push-ups, 12 back squats – or 15 back squats, 20 burpees, 9 ring handstand push-ups, 18 front squats. The weight goes down. So it's 225 for the back squats, 205 for the front squats, 20 more burpees, 6 ring handstand push-ups, 21 overhead squats at 185, and 20 burpees.
Did you write down the women's workout too? Because theirs was different.
So the women's workout does not start with the 12 ring handstand push-ups. It goes right into the back squats, the burpees, then it's 9 ring handstand push-ups, 6, and then 3, I believe.
Right. The women's rings were also lower, so they didn't have to do a muscle up.
Men had to muscle up to the I know we've seen ring handstand push-ups before in the games. I think it was 2011 they were in the games.
2010, and women didn't have to do them.
I hated this movement. There was like barely a standard. It depended on who your judge was, what you got.
That's a good call.
I didn't like that the men had to muscle up into it, but the women didn't. And I'm not like the men had to do a lot more. So I said just nix them, switch it to deficit or strict deficit handstand push-ups. 5-inch deficit for the men, 2.5 for the women. That way
I agree wholeheartedly, and that was also my number 3. So, dude, my number 4 was the muscle up clean ladder. My number 3 was this one.
Dude, you're killing us with this, Roby. We got to stretch content here, man.
Great minds think alike, Dunk.
No, it's okay. I know exactly how we can stretch this to 1 hour if we need to.
I changed mine to parallel handstand push-ups, not just deficit.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I 100% agree and disagree with you, Roby and Dunk. I totally agree that what jacked up this workout was the fact that the standards were just some sort of nebulous general description of how to do it.
The judges messed the entire thing up.
Right. The standards is what screwed this workout up for me. Like, you see this insanely hyper-arched back. Like, you got, like, the dudes are pressing out and away. Some guys, the reps are counting. Other ones are not. They're climbing up with their feet. Like, it was awful. But I love the movement so much because there's a ton of people out there that are saying, like, oh, the games are too heavy, man. It's all about weightlifting and running. If you can just lift weights and run, you're going to do well at the games. Where's the gymnastics skill? Like, here we go. Here's a novel gymnastics movement that we can throw into the spokes on the tire and change these guys up, which I liked. And they had to learn how to front roll.
Okay. I I still put a gymnastics movement in there with a big deficit, but
I think what you could have also done to change it up and still be able to use the rings is add use the plexiglass like they did later for the handstand push-ups, and just put their feet on that instead of trying to wrap it around the rings and rope.
Yeah,
do something like that, because it was just the way that they had to wrap around the rings. It just made it weird. It made it hard.
Fair enough.
It looked dangerous, man. I was worried about some of those guys' shoulders. Like some of those dudes, the way they were like pressing out, it's like, oh fuck, man.
Right.
I mean, so basically doing like a push-up out of it, like a regular bench press rep.
So like I was watching the 2011 sprint triplet workout. It was that workout where they were doing deadlifts with 25-pound steel plates.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that one? And like,
we'll get to
it. And so that one, I was like, don't let me blow up anyone's spot on an event. Say it again, Roby.
Don't say too much.
Okay. Well, we'll cross that when we get there. Then I'll hold it on. All right. So my number 3. Coming at 2017 again. So 2017, the cyclocross event.
I knew to put this one on there. I fucking knew. And I put it on my list because I knew you were going to do it.
So we talked about in the past, like, just stop. I mean, okay. So first and foremost, cyclocross event. It was 3 laps for 2 heats around a cyclocross track. I love the idea. I love using bikes, any kind of different sort of cardio implements, and anything we can do. There are tests of fitness that are a part of a sport without being too sport specific. Great. Just stop riding bikes on grass, guys. It looks terrible. We're like, we can't really, everybody's super wobbly. They all look like they learned to ride a bike yesterday. And then the cherry on the poop sundae that was this event was that they had to get off the bike, pick it up, and carry it over the sand and the logs. Dude, I love the bike events, but it's like, what are we doing? Why are people getting off the bikes and carrying them? How is this a test of fitness? It was made it boring to watch. Like, I thought the crit event, which I know how you feel about it, Roby. I think the crit event was a dramatic improvement off of that. But there's all sorts of ways you can do this without it being that. So.
Yeah, I think what some people liked about the event, though, was kind of like a NASCAR race. Like, you watch it for the crashes. So, yeah, some people, I can't wait to watch someone eat it in that sand trap.
I guess what's happened.
Like, you had 3 people get hurt from it.
But that's exactly my next point. Is like, is it worth them getting hurt over and being out of the games? Like we had people in crit.
Right. Like, plus, you had people breaking their chains, and it's like, cool. I got to eat a 38th place, even though I was doing well, just because I had faulty equipment.
Yeah.
I'm with Kyle on the grass. Like, who actually rides bikes on grass?
Right.
You never see it. Like, you see people riding through woods. You see people going down roads, but like, never have I ever watched somebody ride a bike on grass.
Exactly.
Is that
like, what is the point?
Is that like par for the course with cyclocross?
I think it might be. I don't know. I'm not a cyclist. I think it might be because they had a cyclocross guy on site.
Oh, really?
Why don't they just put a dirt track in or something, or go find a bike trail in the woods?
So that was my solution to this event and it's a real simple one. Instead of doing it on a hay bale court, like in a field, just do it on a BMX course.
Yeah.
So, which would be awesome. So BMX races are 40 seconds long. So you can still do the thing where you're running heats, and it's fast paced, it's exciting. You know what I mean? And we can it'd be almost like the O course was. We can do these heats and sort of work our way down like that. That would have been so immensely entertaining to watch.
That would be, I agree. That'd be fucking cool. Especially watch him do it.
Say that again, Robbie.
That'd be fucking cool. Like watching them do the BMX jumps on the courses.
Talk about dangerous, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how many jumps they'd be doing, but
real quick, that'd be funny.
Yeah, and then Ricky Garrard would have absolutely dominated that. So it would have been the same outcome.
The same results probably would have happened, but
right,
it would have been better to watch.
Yeah. So all right, Dunk, you had the same number 3 as Roby, right?
Yeah, I got a substitute.
All right.
I'm gonna go with 2020 swimming stuff.
This is almost on my list. I took this off.
So it's the 4 rounds, bike calories, 10 and 15, 50-meter swim, 10 GHD sit-ups, 10 ball slams, rest every 4 minutes on the minute. Thought the ball slams were stupid.
No argument from either of us, bro.
They just didn't do them right. Like it could have been fine, but they didn't like make them slam the ball or anything. So my switch was just change the ball slams to heavy American kettlebell swings. Just like a 80 pound, 2 pood, 1 pood for the girls. Just does the same thing, but there's it's not somebody just kind of gaming the ball slams or the judges not knowing how to judge the ball slams.
Yeah, you're not gonna have any argument from us, but we both hated that movement too.
Yeah, it's like oh, Noah Olson or whoever figured out how to not do the ball slams, and then everybody figured it out. So
yeah,
it's like the judges never thought that somebody was actually going to do a ball slam that way, and then they didn't know what to do when they did.
Yeah, and then to your point, Dunk, I actually let's make it heavy. Let's make it 106-pound kettlebell swings or something like that. I think that would have been cool too.
Just go for it. Like I said, and that year there's 5 people there, so just do it. You're not worried about somebody not being able to pick it up, and if they are, then they shouldn't be there anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And then I also, to go on with what you said too, Dunk, I also didn't like the GHDs on that event. Not that I love the movement, but it's what's 10 GHD sit-ups to these people? You know what I mean?
Would you have done more, or would you have just changed out the GHDs?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
You could do more, but what are you putting in that place? You're not going to put a barbell in there.
Right. And it's now if you make it 20, you're still not really challenging them that much, I feel like. And it's just taking up more time. Yeah. So that's where it's kind of tough with that.
You could do like wall balls or something.
Wet wall balls.
Legs, tax the shoulders with the pull, with the swim.
But we both said we love combining the assault bike with swimming.
I like the workout itself. It's just I thought the ball slams were stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you, man. The ball, I don't even get where they came from.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it's we programmed this on. We programmed this on Game Site once a month. We got to figure out a way to get it into the games so it looks legitimate.
All right. So, Roby, you're up with your number 2.
All right. It's the 2011 triplet sprint. That's why I was like, all right. I was like, oh, shit, man. Don't change my whole workout. So, for those who don't know, it's 5 muscle-ups, 10 deadlifts, 15 GHDs, sprint 50 yards, 5 muscle-ups, 10 deadlifts, 15 GHDs, sprint 100, same rep scheme, sprint 150, same rep scheme, sprint 200. My proposed changes, because it's only, 5, 10, 15, 20, basically 20 muscle-ups, make them strict.
Ooh.
What year is this?
2011.
The deadlifts, the number. So I have 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yikes.
Start at 225, 275, 315, 365.
Yikes. Good God.
So you just thought the workout was too easy.
Well, I'm also putting it in a 2021 perspective, where if you did 245, 165 deadlifts for these athletes at 40 reps through the entire workout, are they even break a sweat at this point?
Right.
Plus 5 muscle, 5 muscle-ups that they can kip.
Even back – so I'll tell you – so what I was going to say earlier about that workout is I don't like anything that we put on display for the sport where you start seeing the – I mean, obviously when you exercise fast, you're going to see compromises in technique. Mm-hmm. This one, when you watch it live – just watch this today. They're deadlifting with 25-pound steel plates, and it's just full on like fishing rod back with a bass on the end of the line. Like
that's because we deadlift with 25-pound plates. It's like you got to it's a deficit deadlift at that point.
Exactly, they're deficit deadlifts. So their deads just became hideous, and it's like, are we sure we want to put this foot forward for the sport? You know what I mean? So
especially back then,
especially back then.
Yeah,
early on.
You know, just give them bumper plates, guys.
Yeah. Well, and like I definitely wanted to keep the sprints because I know you talked about it last week, Kyle, where you were like, hey, a workout that ends on a sprint is fucking dope.
Yeah.
And especially a 200-yard sprint. Like, yeah, after you deadlift 365 for 10.
Like, a hamstring.
Yeah, that'd be gnarly.
Well, like, I also thought about this too, you know, in regionals not too long ago, they had 405 deadlifts for sets of 7, and guys were doing them unbroken.
In 2013, they had 405 deadlifts for sets of 5.
Yeah.
They were going unbroken. So
they had 400-pound deadlifts in regionals one year. So
yeah,
they're not worried about people being able to deadlift.
Exactly. So like you should be able to do a fairly heavy deadlift at the end of a workout at the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So my number 2, I bet you Dunk, if you thought about it, could have called this one. Number 2 is the 2013 the pool workout.
Yep.
So
I knew this one was coming.
Yeah. So 10 rounds, swim 25 yards, 3 bar muscle ups, swim 25 yards. Again, real simple tweak here. I love pool workouts. I think they're awesome. I wish we could see them every year. Just 2 things: either let them string together the bar muscle ups and do sets of 3, and because even in 2013 they could string together sets of 3 bar muscle ups, no problem, guys. Now, if the concern was safety or their ability to hold on to the bar, all right, here's my solution: hang climbing ropes over the pool and make them swim to the end of the pool, climb out of the water on the rope, and then drop back in the water.
You got American Ninja Warrior on your mind here.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I do like that. I actually think just like add ropes. Just, I mean, you know, these people, they can figure out how to put a rig over a pool. Just
That's
have
what
ropes
I'm saying.
like at like the quarter mark. Just like, all right, quarter of the way in, here's a rope, climb up it, drop back down, halfway, climb another rope.
Yo, that'd be sick.
I don't know what kind of fitness test it'll be, but it'll be entertaining as hell.
But what kind of fitness are we testing with 3 bar muscle up singles?
No, you're right. You're right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there was a concern for safety with their ability to hold on to the bar. But then, because they were dropping off every single rep for 30 bar muscle ups, Michelle Latondra sprained her ankle. And so did Kristen Clever. They both trashed their ankles because they were soaking wet and kept having to drop off of the rig, and they rolled their ankles. So, and I'm like, dude, tell me it wouldn't be just awesome, utter pandemonium, just seeing like Jason Khalipa's big ass come off the top rope into the water.
Dude, I like that idea with the rope climbs though. At the end of the pool, you're not even ever getting out of the pool except to climb the rope.
Hell yeah! You probably have to shorten it to like 5 rounds because they might drown.
That too, yeah.
Or you'd have to rest like at the top of the rope.
Heck, man, that'd be so fun to just watch all these.
That's one of those, you'd have to include that in a workout. So it's like, this will take up 1/3 of the workout so you can get in or like start out of the pool, get in it, and then finish out of the pool. That way you're not killing, like you said, drowning.
Yeah. Right. Someone might
be a good look for anybody.
So, all right. Dunk, you're up, right?
My number 2 is 2016 Murph. I didn't like the partitions. Like 2015 was like the iconic, that was like the CrossFit Games workout. Like everybody knows about it. Just do it again. Like just do it again. If you wanted to do it again so bad, just do it the same way. Let Cara Webb and Annie Thor's daughter prove that they fixed their crap and they're not going to get heat stroke again. So the partition was it's just not the way it's supposed to be done, in my opinion.
Yeah. That was on my list of top 10 worst workouts last week because
I don't think it's a bad workout. It's just why partition?
Well, to be clear, we put 2015 Murph on our top 10 list of best workouts ever.
Yeah.
So we were a fan of the event. It's just, we agree. Like partitioning it was not the move.
Yeah.
I also think that both years Murph should have been day one, the only workout. Like kick it off that way and not let it affect anything else.
I don't think they did that because I think they wanted that on display. They wanted that the centerpiece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get it, but like it needed to be its own day. Like Murph isn't like a taxing workout, like especially if you're going to be doing it in 95-degree heat. Like
ended 36 minutes.
And then don't do a heavy. Now I'm talking about 2015, but don't do a heavy workout very shortly after.
Right.
But
like I even said last week, if you're going to partition, just do a different hero workout. There's hundreds of them. Like there's tons of awful hero workouts. Now Murph is obviously a fan favorite, so I have no issue with them doing it. But what I think they were trying to do was take Murph and have them do it at a blistering pace. Yeah. But I think they just made it easier.
Yeah. No, they for sure did.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, I feel like they should have known that. People have been doing that since Murph was around. Like they've been partitioning it since then, and I'm sure the guys that programmed it knew that it was. I mean, how many times do you think they did that workout to see if it was going to hold up for the viewer, like prior to programming it? You know,
for sure. Yeah,
they knew it was going to be easier.
I don't know what the goal was.
Yeah. So,
all right,
that's my number two.
Roby. Number one.
Talked about it last week, man. Pyramid double Helen in 2010. Directly into that shoulder to overhead.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 1,200-meter run, 63 kettlebell swings, 36 pull-ups. 800-meter run, 42 kettlebell swings, 24 pull-ups. 400-meter run, 21 swings, 12 pull-ups. Then you went direct within 90 seconds. You had to do a 1-rep max shoulder to overhead after finishing that. Helen had a 22-minute time cap. So I said, just give them a 25-minute time cap to complete pyramid double Helen and a max shoulder to overhead. Structure it like 18.2,
right?
Where at 25 minutes to do pyramid double Helen, and then you got the remaining time to do your max shoulder to overhead.
Right.
So if you double Helen in 15 minutes, now you've got 10 to recover and give us one, dope-ass 1-rep max.
How long did they have to – how many minutes, on average, did they have to do the shoulder to overhead?
You had to complete it within 90 seconds of completing pyramid double Helen.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Yeah. So basically what you ended up having was Ben Smith does the workout in 17 minutes, and then he has to be done with his shoulder to overhead at 18:30.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Spencer Hendel, he goes all the way to 21 minutes, but then he's going to – so visually it looked awful. It looked so terrible because it was just chaos. Everybody's going at all different times. Yeah. So here's my question for you then, Roby, because we talked about this last week. So what happens if someone gets time capped? What happens if someone doesn't finish pyramid double Helen in 25 minutes?
You get a goose egg, bro.
Just got to eat a zero in the jerk?
So that means your weekend's over.
Same thing that would have happened.
That's what I was going to say.
In 18.2 is you just put up a 0.
Yeah, but 18.2 isn't the CrossFit Games.
Well, you should be able to finish this in 25 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm with Dunk. If you don't finish pyramid double Helen, if the original time cap was 22, we're going to bump it to 25. You can't finish. Your weekend's over.
Yeah, because that's
a lot easier. You're
taking 30 points out of a possible 200 at that point because you're finishing close to last on the double Helen part too.
Right. They cuts back then too, so it's not a big deal.
That's part, but to me, that's part of the CrossFit Games, man. If you can't do it, sucks to suck, man.
Right. It's also a pretty rudimentary workout too. It's not like there was clean and jerks at 275.
Exactly. Doing kettlebell swings at 53.35 for the elite athletes. I know it's a lot of them, but you should be able to handle that.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm on the side of make the workouts harder.
But the other part of it too is what we talked about this last week, so sorry, Dunk, but like you're also taking the shoulder to overhead and making it a joke. Like it's just, you go in there, you throw something up just so you have a number, and then just send it and hope you hit whatever you hit.
Yeah.
And you're exhausted trying to hit a 1 rep max. There are people dumping bars all over the place. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
So at least give them a little bit more time to hit something good.
All
right. So my final one, my number one tweak that I would have made to improve an event. Okay.
If you take my number one, I'm not going last again.
No, you just got to figure one out. So you might want to start scrolling through the phone. I don't think you're going to take this one. So it's 2017. Strongman's fear.
Whoa.
You guys better argue with me on this.
I'm not. I'm already against you.
All right, good. Argue with me. Let's get personal.
All right.
So real simple. All right. Once again, real simple tweak to this. Okay. Get rid of the handstand walk.
I agree.
You agree?
Because I almost put this workout down, and that was my tweak. Was just get the hand fucking stupid.
I disagree.
So it's not that I think the handstand walk was stupid. I actually like that it made the workout more of a gasser. However, so we touched on this before we went on air, but I think there's other and better ways to test athletes' strength besides your 1 rep max on a barbell. So what we did is they went out of their way to like, look at this really amazing event we put on display to test the strength of athletes, right? We're going to see how truly functionally strong they are by using strongman events. But we're also still going to reward the little tiny gymnastics guys by making this a handstand workout. So you could be an awesomely strong athlete and you're kind of getting punished for it if you weren't an amazing handstand workout, which I get. I get that it's CrossFit Games. You got to be amazing at everything. Let's reward the generalist, nature of or as a specialist. I get it. But what I'm saying is like, make this just a strongman workout and get rid of a 1 rep max clean. And this is a carry medley like in a strongman event. So your maybe add in a 4th carry.
So your gripe isn't really the workout itself. It's the whole idea that they got to bring everything back to the middle.
Right. Yes. 100%.
To make everyone happy, or to make the race look good.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me how wrong I am, don't.
I like the handstand walk just for that reason. Like it gives no Olsen or Bridges just a chance to be like. I mean, 80% of that workout is the strongman stuff. That's where who at the CrossFit Games? What year was that?
17.
So at 17. So that was before they were letting everybody in. So like everybody then could handstand walk. Like Fikowski's like 6'3". He can handstand walk. He won the event. So
yeah, that's what I say. He won that.
So
event.
I mean, if you can't handstand walk, it's like you would double unders, man. It's like handstand walking at this point, it's rudimentary. Everybody can do it.
Right. I'm saying, so here's the ideal scenario. Take out the handstand walk, possibly add in like another strongman event there, like a sandbag carry.
Say like a ball carry or something.
Right. And then get rid of this clean bar muscle up workout that we keep arguing about.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Like,
just mix it all together.
I'm fine with having a workout that's like, all right, we're going to pay homage to the strongman, and we're going to do some Atlas stones. We're going to place them on pillars or whatever they do.
Hell yeah,
that's
man!
Cool. Like that's good stuff. Like
they need to do way more of that, dude. They should
bring more people in.
They should do some stuff like they're carrying like a fire hydrant across the football field, because like there's other strength sports out there besides weightlifting, guys. We favor snatching and clean and jerking so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bring back the burden run. Bring back those events. Was that on the top 10 worst list for you guys?
No.
The burden run?
Episode 3 goes live. So we're recording this before episode 3 is live. Episode 3 is our top 10 favorite games events ever. And I just did nothing but pleasure myself about how much I love that workout the whole time.
All right, good. And I wasn't a part of that, so.
Now, what's the strongman event? Where it looks like they're like carrying like a coffin type, like
the Husafeld stone.
That's dude. Put that in the.
Yeah, they.
The only problem with that is it's like hard. Like those things are like, how are you going to get 20 of them? You know.
So a gentleman by the name of Derek Poundstone fixed that for you. So Derek Poundstone came out with a piece of equipment that's
First off, perfect name for this.
Yeah, he's a former American strongman, and he invented basically a systemized Husafeld stone. And I think Rogue has one too. Actually,
I think I've seen it. You can add weight in it and close it.
Yeah.
Like you can put plates inside of it.
And that'd have been a perfect opportunity for them to show off the hurricane bags. Remember those?
Yeah, they can go in a shed with Rescue Randy.
All right, Doug. What's your number one?
My number one is 2019, the standard.
I knew someone was going to say this one.
So 30 clean and jerks, 30 muscle ups, 30 snatches. I thought the workout was great. I just hated that there was only 10 people that did it.
Oh, that's a creative stance to take. I like that.
I was going to say, don't fuck with that workout, bro.
No, the workout's great. I love the workout. Like my notes, event was great. No complaints with the workout at all. Just needed to have more people. Like I wanted to see Vellner. I wanted to see Fikowski. I wanted to see Scott Panchek, not the little Panchek, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Matt Fraser just didn't have to walk to the end while Noah Olson's trying to catch him doing singles.
Yeah.
You know? So like
– I mean, that harkens back to just other discussions that we've had about how, like, those cuts were fucked.
Yeah. I mean –
I kind of like I didn't even think about that when we were like looking at when we were doing research for this, because I think you could take that they only had 10 guys. Obviously, I think it's a bad thing, but you could also have done really cool stuff with 10 guys.
My thing is make that workout the second cut.
Right. Yeah.
Get rid of your guy. Get rid of the guys that way.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Not with a sprint.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Make that the second cut workout.
Yeah.
Since that's the standard.
Right. Make it first cut. Fuck it, man.
Make that first cut, because it's like,
first cut was great. First cut was great.
That workout's awesome.
Yeah. We can keep that one.
But yeah, make it second cut, and then because second cut could be a final event. It's short, fast, explosive, like fun to watch. That could have been a final event.
Entertaining, yeah.
That workout was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good call. Because like my whole thing when they did the swim paddle swim, right? That's what it was in 2019. Why are we doing a swim paddle swim with 10 people?
Right.
Like we could have done this with 100 people.
We basically know who's going to win based off of past years.
You knew exactly who was going to go first, second, third in that event.
Yeah. We were already talking about the leaderboard of what was going to happen after the workout before it started.
But what you could have done though, you're in this cool position with only 10 people. They could have built a rig right there, and they could have done something with swimming and you name it, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? They could have done a assault bike swim.
Yeah.
Talk about people drowning, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like they had the ability to do anything they want with that event.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else they want to add?
No, but I was going to say, Dunk, I almost jumped through my fucking phone if you were going to try and change that event.
No, man, no.
What do you like about it so much, Roby?
It's just a perfect mashup of benchmarks, man. Like
it is. It's like the standard. Like it's a perfect name, perfect workout.
Like, bro, what's your grace time? What's your Fran time? Can you like all that kind of stuff? Like that's the standard in CrossFit across gyms across the world. Of like, what's your Fran time? Like that kind of stuff. That's the standard workouts. So to mash those all up late games, I thought was awesome. But I do agree. You switch that with first or second cut with all the national champs, where we watch them run a 400 and then try and do a legless rope climb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different 2019 CrossFit Games then.
I like the idea of it being second cut. Just how the hell are you going to do that with 160 people? And you got to have all the rings for that.
Yeah.
So,
but they did it with all those ropes. I mean,
that's true.
You know what I mean? So I think you could do it. They did all those rowers and everything. Yeah, I think it's very doable.
You also know, if you're worried about people not being able to climb a rope, how the hell are they going to do freaking muscle ups? You know?
Yeah, but if you can't do a ring muscle up, if you can't do a ring muscle up, you can't be at the games, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to do ring muscle ups in the open.
I guarantee you. Yeah, but they let scaled athletes in there.
No, they didn't. You had to get in that year. You had to do every workout as prescribed. Now I don't know if there was like a minimum work requirement. Probably not. But
yeah. But if you were the only guy in your country
that could do a ring muscle up,
I mean, you might not have had to have done one. You might just done all the workouts RX'd. You're the only guy.
At that point, yeah.
So technically, you're the national champ now.
Yeah. But who's out there? How many do we think there's a lot of athletes out there doing snatches at 185 and legless rope climbs that can't do a ring muscle up? Does that exist? What's that?
I mean, I can barely do all that, so you know.
But you can do a ring muscle up.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't tried to do it. I haven't done rope climbs in a while.
Yeah. I don't know. So I did have
I have a few honorable mentions if we want to get into that.
Yeah, I have a big honorable mention that's going to piss some people off.
All right.
And then I do have some honorable mentions we didn't get into if you guys have a little bit more time, but
I do.
I'm hourly.
All right, so I do have one kind of big one here. It's going to be hot. So I thought about making this my number one. My biggest coulda, shoulda, woulda ever is the entire 2014 women's field in the CrossFit Games.
Not where I thought you were going.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this one. Go into some detail.
Oh, I brought guns to this knife fight, my friend. So
I like the dramatic pause that you gave. You know.
So the winner from the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games was Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet. Okay.
Love.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Love her. So happy that she got her hardware. To me, she was like Ben Smith. Like, you paid your dues, you paid your dues, you paid your dues. You fucking earned this. I'm so happy she got it. However, that year, missing from competition, okay? Number one, Sam Briggs, who won the games in 2013, the previous year. Number two in the 2013 CrossFit Games was Lindsay Valenzuela. She was not there, okay? Also absent, Kristen Clever, who took first place in 2010, second place in 2011, and I believe fourth place in 2012. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to fact check that one. Usually our sound engineer will take care of that. But there was no Katrin David's daughter. We all know that story. She was average athlete at that point. The best thing that ever happened to her was not making the games in whatever. But she wasn't there. She won the games in 2015. And Annie Thor's daughter was coming off of a major back injury and was a little gun shy. So we have. Go ahead, Rogan.
This is sports.
I mean,
yeah, I don't see your point. You don't punish people. Like, you're not going to punish. If the fucking Browns win the Super Bowl, you can't be like, well, half the NFL had coronavirus. It's like,
I mean, everyone does that though. Like, we try and take away all of LeBron's titles or all of Brady's titles because they played against poor competition. So, like, that happens everywhere.
Right.
It's bullshit. Like,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right. You're not wrong, Roby. I'm just saying, what would those games have been if all those athletes had been in play?
What would the games have been if Sam Briggs could walk on our hands?
Right. I'm not saying Briggs and Valenzuela deserve to be there. I'm not, because Sam Briggs should be able to walk on her hands, and she would have had an opportunity to run it back if she could. I'm just saying what could have been in the Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda podcast if all those people would have been there that for all intents and purposes deserve to be there.
You could make that same argument about 2013, though. Annie Thorsdottir wasn't there.
Yeah.
And she's a 2-time champ, so Sam Briggs got away with one. Like, if you're going to go that route.
Actually, so to your point, in 2013, I'm pretty sure, again, we have to fact check this one, pretty sure no Thorsdottir, no Clever, and I think no Julie Fouché, who finished third in 2014. So you could make the same argument again.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, you could do that you could find some way to do that in every year for the most part.
I'm going to double down on it, though. So the following athletes were Games rookies in 2015. All right. Brooke Wells, an Australian lady by the name of Tia Claire Toomey.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. Sarah Sigmund's daughter, Brooke Entz, who she actually finished pretty well in the 2015 games. And the fittest American woman multiple times over, Carrie Pierce. Were all rookies the following year. So I should probably save this one for the Hot Take podcast, but Camille got her title in basically what was a transitional time in the sport. A lot of older athletes were on the way out, a lot of newer athletes on the way in.
She took advantage of the time she was in, though.
Yeah, which you can't take away from her.
I mean,
right?
she earned it, though. She's been in the sport for how long? You know?
But yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can't take. I'm not saying she didn't deserve it. I'm not saying she didn't earn it because she paid the dues that she needed to get to where she was at. I'm just saying, imagine what those games could have been with just more pieces in the game.
Yeah.
I agree more with you with the 2015 point because Camille did not do well in 2015.
Right.
Directly,
she hasn't done well since 2015.
Yeah, well, directly attributed to all that young talent that came in.
Yeah, totally.
Like they mopped the floor that year.
But arguing against my own point, though, those athletes weren't ready at that point. You know, they wouldn't perform the same way a year earlier. But it was more than anything just sort of an interesting observation from going back and watching games over again. You know. So, Dunk, what were your honorable mentions?
All right, so either year they had the CrossFit total. I'm over the CrossFit total.
You mean ever?
I mean, like cool. They did it 2018, the first year, or whatever year they did it first. I don't know if they did it in 2007 or what.
They did it in 2007.
Just change it up. Like do like a 1-rep clean jerk and snatch. Like just do something different.
Or like bench overhead squat, power clean, something like that.
Like if you're going to do it 2 years apart from each other, you know who's going to win.
Right.
But you at least know the general order of who's going to win.
Good call.
I 100% agree with you. I think the total.
Yeah. So that one can go. I had 2015 event 12, pedal to the metal, number 1. Kyle knows the reason I don't like this one.
With it?
The fact that they allowed Katrin to just sit out and not be penalized. That was
almost made it on my list.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to shimmy that one in there. I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
That was just bullshit.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, they still let her win. They should have at least docked her some points or something. She's just standing there. And then they filmed it and put it in their doc. Come on. They advertised that she didn't do the work.
Yeah. You got her sitting there like, oh, I'm just going to save it for the next one.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can't do that, you can't. Like, everybody was like, oh, Froning can't climb a rope. He can't be the fittest on the planet. Katrin
wasn't. He didn't win.
But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, should she have won then? If she can't
I wish he would have won. So it would have put so Castro could have put his money where his mouth is, just to see if he would have actually taken the title away.
Yeah,
that'd have been cool.
I wish he would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. There should have been some level of. It's like the same thing. To me, it's the same thing as when Fraser dumped that sandbag on the ruck run. I don't care.
Right.
It's like I don't care that if it was an accident. I don't care if it wasn't your fault. I don't care. You didn't complete the event to the set standards. You know what I'm saying? So you should I don't see she should have at least been penalized. Maybe not DNF her the way Castro said he was going to do to Froning, but there should have been like some kind of like minimum work requirement or semi-minimum work requirement.
I couldn't believe that there wasn't a minimum work requirement for that. Like,
well, they would have had to
one.
disqualify half the women's field if they did that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
What else you got? Anything else, Don?
I won't go too into detail. I did not like the Happy Star event from this past year. I just thought it looked weird. Like, I don't need to see them running in different directions. Just have them one specific hill, make the thrusters a little heavier. So that's one of those ones where I just thought it once again was too gimmicky.
Thrusters
say that again, Robbie. But
the thrusters got progressively heavier during the workout.
They did, but they were never that heavy. I think the heaviest they got was 165.
Yeah, and Wells struggled with it, but the reps were lower too. So the lighter weight was fewer reps, then it got heavier with heavier weight, which didn't hold water to me.
Yeah, they could have reversed the rep scheme.
Yeah, and
the biggest thing I had with that was the Happy Star thing. Like, pick one route, run the route. It wouldn't have been as confusing.
Yeah, that's a weird gimmick too. That's fair.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and we did that one too. It was like one of those events that was like, it's like too much like an event and not really a workout. Like we did it. It was like, well, yeah, those last round of thrusters sucked, but like, okay,
it was never really that hard.
Right. All right. I'm assuming you have another one.
Yeah, I've got the split triplet. I thought the split snatches were stupid. It was too much. It was too much of oh, you guys have never done this before. Now you're going to have to concentrate really hard and try not to mess up.
Yeah. You're going in on like the newer games, man. Like all yours are like the last 4 years.
Well, okay, so I've got I didn't really watch much of the like 2009 to 2013.
Okay.
And a lot of like time, like it's hard to like have a gripe with something when you didn't actually watch the workout.
Sure.
So like I can look at a workout and be like, oh, that doesn't look great, but like I don't know how it looked when they did it on the field.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
That was I definitely had more in the recent years.
Yeah, but I like how you're just going in on him, man. Like I would look at his stuff now and I'm like, yeah, Castro's pretty much figured it out. You're like, nah, fuck that.
I appreciate him like trying to go out of the box, but like,
yeah,
you go out of the box when you're testing these workouts. You know what they're going to look like when you get on the like. You don't put that in the final product.
Yeah.
If you don't think it like maybe he doesn't agree with me at all, and that's fine.
Well, I read Castro's book, and he's actually run into this issue a lot of times. Like he has Julian Alcaraz test a lot of his workouts, and other games like James Hobart will do them. Yeah. And he runs into the issue a lot, especially with like Julian Alcaraz is an amazing athlete. He'll do a workout and like crush it, right? I think the squat clean bar muscle up one was one of it. No problem. But then you put it on the floor for the games, and it's like destroying these guys after they've been training for 3 weeks or 3 days in a row.
Right.
It doesn't always go the way in testing as it does in the actual, event.
It's also hard to put on.
And vice versa too. Sometimes it's way too easy when the games athletes do it.
It's hard to put on that spectacle too. It's like how do you test what it's going to look like on TV or to the people in the stands?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot different at the ranch in your big barn or whatever, but then you're on a soccer field with a Zeus rig.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have more dunk?
No, that was it. Okay. I wasn't sure how many we were going in on, so I was just I was going for it.
I tried to have like 10 too, so I'll work through mine quick. Let me go through them, and then you guys can unpack them if you want.
Okay.
So 2011 dog sled. The 3 rounds, double unders, overhead squats at 135-95, and then the famous 10 handstand push-ups, 40-foot sled push. Love the handstand push-up, sled push. 30 double unders is nothing. Overhead squat should have been heavier. 2009 event 4, 500-meter row, pound the stake in, 500-meter row. Just replace it with a banger because the stake was a mess. Bike repeater, we talked about it last week. Just put it on a dirt track, not riding a bike through someone's like yard. And also – maybe fewer rounds and more rope climbs. The 2007 that they did in 2013, make the overhead a little bit heavier. 135 was a joke. And then I said swimming stuff too. Get rid of those med ball slams. So anything stand out there? It's a lot to unpack.
I'm kind of just ready for them to be done with like sled pushes for speed.
Yeah.
know? You know, like, all right, we've seen the sled push enough. Like, put some weight on it or do it differently.
Or different implements to push.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like there's a whole lot of things that you can push.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a sled.
Well, they did the snail, and they did
I mean, I like the snail. Like, that stuff was cool. So, like, let's do some of that and not the sled push 8 out of the last 10 years.
Sure.
You know?
I want him to back.
That, Roby?
I want him to bring back the pig to the game.
I was going to say, yeah, bring back the pig.
Yeah.
I love that workout.
I love the pig, man. Both times they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's we're in a little over an hour, so we can wrap this up. Anyway, so special thanks to Dunk. Appreciate you coming out here and joining us, man.
Thanks,
always a pleasure to catch up.
No problem.
If you guys have any parting words,
let us know. Like let us know if you guys agree, disagree. What workouts would you guys change? If you have other workouts from the games that you guys want to change, send them to us. And then
good call, Roby.
Send them to us, and then we'll tear you apart in the DMs.
Yeah, again, so like I said last week, guys, just we're just having fun. Obviously, we love it. We're passionate about it. We always just want to see things be as as good as possible because we want to see the sport be successful. Yeah.
Keep working out. Keep training. Open's coming.
Yep. Keep prepping for the Open, everybody. Thanks for listening, everyone. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a share. Leave some comments. Love any of your interaction. Later.
Subscribe to.
Hang on.